Again, Mr. Zamora, and I am here to explain 7v6. Find a missing coordinate using slope. Alright, remember previous videos that we didn't have the slope. We have the coordinates, or we have a graph, and we could take our coordinates from the graph, and that. Now we have coordinates, but this is one coordinate, 3 comma p and 2 comma 2. As you can see, the first coordinate is incomplete, so we don't know the number that must be here. We're just calling it p. Okay, so what is p according to this? Okay, we don't have p, but we have the slope. Okay, we have the slope. The slope is -4. So how can we do it? Let me hit learn with an example, and you will see this formula. Remember this formula? Okay, we're going to use this formula in order to complete, or in order to solve our problem. All right, so we have the formula that says the slope equals changing y divided by changing x. Okay, now in this case we know the slope. We already know this. Okay, so what is the slope in this example? In this example, the slope is 6. Okay, so we're going to write 6 equals, oops, sorry, it's kind of, all right, equals what? Equals 4. Remember, this is y, x, x, this is also y, and this is x. So changing y, the first, remember that we're always going to work with, the first one is going to be the second coordinate. So we're going to subtract from 4, we're going to subtract p. All right, okay, and 6 minus 5. Okay, so now we have that 6 equals 4 minus p. We cannot do anything about this yet. Divided by 6 minus 5 equals 1. Okay, so far we have this. We have to send this number 1 to the other side of the formula. Okay, it is dividing, now it is going to be multiplying. So 1 times 6 equals 4 minus p. All right, so 6 times 1, or 1 times 6, equals 6, equals 4 minus p. Okay, so remember, we have to clear the variable. Always, what we're trying to do is to clear the variable. So this variable, which is -p, has to be alone. So number 4 here has to go to the other side. Number 4 is adding. Why is it adding if we have a minus here? Because the one that is subtracting is p. 4 is adding because 4 has an invisible plus symbol here, remember? Okay, so this 4 that is adding is going to be sent to the other side of the equation by subtracting. Okay, equals -p. Okay, so 6 minus 4 equals 2. 2 equals -p. Okay, when we finish all of this, if our variable is negative, what we're going to do is to multiply times negative 1 both sides of the formula. Okay? So negative times positive equals negative, 1 times 2 equals 2, equals negative times negative equals positive, so I don't have to write it. P times 1 equals P. Okay? Or in other words, if you just want to skip from here to here, you can do it. What you have to do is just to from here to here. Okay, if you don't want to do like the multiplication, or let me just explain this way. Whoops, sorry. Okay, if you just want to go like directly here without multiplying times negative 1, what you have to do just is to change the symbol of both parts of the formula. So this 2 is going to be negative 2 equals this negative p is going to be positive p. Okay? It is the same as multiplying times negative 1 both sides of the formula. Okay? So the answer is negative 2. Okay? P equals negative 2. As you can see, the value of p is negative 2. This was the example. Now we're going to solve this. Okay, let me print the screen, get a new one, and we have the slope is negative 4 equals this one minus this one, 2 minus p, all right, equals 2 minus 3. Okay, so in this case it's going to be negative 4 equals 2 minus p divided by 2 minus 3 equals negative 1. Okay, so this negative 1 is going to the other side of the formula. It is dividing, now it is going to be multiplying. So negative 4 times negative 1. Remember, only when it is adding or subtracting, they are going to change the symbol. It's not just changing the symbol, it's changing the operation. But in here, it is not subtracting, it is dividing, and it is negative, so the symbol remains with the number. Okay? Equals 2 minus p. Okay? So negative times negative equals positive. 4 times 1 equals 4 equals 2 minus p. Okay, so this one goes to the other side. It is adding, now it is going to be subtracting. So 4 minus 2 equals negative p. So 4 minus 2 equals 2 equals negative p. So again, we have a negative variable. We have to change this one to positive. All right, so and this one to negative. Negative 2 equals p. Or you just can switch the result. It's the same. You can say just p equals negative 2. All right, so let's check if we are right. Negative 2. And yeah, terrific. All right, let's do this other one. Let me print the screen, get a new one. All right, so we have a line that includes the points has a slope of negative 3. All right, so our slope is negative 3 equals negative 9 minus 0, this 0, divided by negative 5 minus v. All right, so negative 3 equals 9 minus 0 is, negative 9 minus 0 equals negative 9 divided by negative 5 minus v. All right, so we usually don't send the numerator to the other side. What we do is usually send the denominator to the other side of the formula, of the equation. Okay, so what we're going to do is that we're going to send all of these, because we cannot send only one of the numbers, okay, because it is related to all of these. So we send all of this to the other side. So negative 3 that multiplies, because it is dividing, now it is going to be multiplying negative 5 minus v equals negative 9. Okay, now we have negative 3 that is multiplying this and equals this part. So this negative 3 can be sent to the other side. It is multiplying. Now we're going to send it by dividing. So negative 5 minus v equals negative 9 divided by negative 3. Remember, it is negative, so it is negative because it is multiplying, it is dividing. Remember, in multiplication and division, the number that we send to the other side keeps, or the symbol remains. All right, we don't change the symbol. Okay, so we just do the operation. Negative 5 minus v equals negative divided by negative equals positive. 9 divided by 3 equals 3. Okay, coronavirus. Not just kidding. All right. So this number 5 is going to be sent to the other side, and it is subtracting because of the, not because of this. It is subtracting because of this. It is going to be sent by adding. All right. So negative. I'm going to write it over here. Negative v equals 3 plus 5. Okay, negative v equals 8. Oh, again, our variable is negative, so we have to change symbol. So it is going to be positive v equals, we change also the symbol of the other side of the equation, negative 8. So this is our final answer. And remember, I do every steps for people that are just beginning to understand how to clear a variable. But if you already know how to clear a variable and have like an idea, you can skip steps. Like if you can do it in your mind, you can just skip the steps. All right, you don't have to do every step. All right, so let's check our answer. Negative 8, negative 8. And you got it. All right, so we're going to do this other one because it has a slope of not a whole number or not an integer but a fraction. All right, let me just print the screen, get a new one, and we have our slope of 1/3. All right, so 1/3 equals p minus 6, okay, p minus 6 divided by negative 3 minus negative 6, okay. Remember what happens when we have minus or minus negative? It is actually going to be an addition, all right? So we can erase this, and it is going to be an addition. When we have negative, negative, it is going to be positive, all right? So it's 1/3 equals p minus 6 negative 3 plus 6 equals 3. Okay, so this 3 is going to be sent to the other side of the equation. Okay, so 3 that multiplies 1/3. Remember, it is multiplying because it was dividing, equals p minus 6. Remember, every whole number can be converted as a fraction just by putting the number 1 as denominator. So we multiply this fraction. 3 times 1 equals 3. 1 times 3 equals 3 equals p minus 6. So 3 divided by 3 equals 1. 1 equals p minus 6. And finally, we're going to send this number to the other side of the equation. So it is 1. Right here, 1. This 6 is subtracting. It is going to be adding, plus 6 equals p. So 1 plus 6 equals 7 equals p. As you can see, our variable in this time is positive, so we don't have to change symbols, but we can switch positions, okay? It's not necessary. You can just leave it like this, or you can just change it to this format. All right, so p equals 7. 7. Submit. All right, and this is it. Just continue. Just be careful with the symbols. Yeah, and I'm gonna check if there are any other problem that can be difficult, and if I find it, I'm going to let you know. All right. Okay, I'm gonna continue doing a few more. Remember, if you already know how to do them, if you already understood, you can just skip the rest of the video. But if you still have questions, this could be a good idea. But I'm going to do them like faster than the previous one. Okay, so now let me print the screen. Where is it? Create a new one and paste it. All right, so we have this. We have a slope of 2 equals, I'm going to write the division line, 6 minus 8 equals negative 2. So I am not going to write in the both numbers. I'm just directly getting the result from subtracting from here to here. All right, so I am going to do the same with the other two. Oh, well, I cannot do it because we have a variable that we don't know the value. So v minus 0, v minus 0. Okay, so we have, oh shoot, all right, we have this result already. So what we're going to do is to send all of this, we're going to send it to the other side of the equation because I cannot send the numerator. What I send is a denominator. All right? Okay, so it is going to be 2, and it is dividing. Now it is going to be multiplying v minus 0. Okay? Or you can, because it is a multiplication, it doesn't matter about what order. Remember, in multiplication, the order doesn't matter. It could be either one or the other. Okay, so all of this equals negative 2. So now it is multiplying. I am going to send this number 2 to the other side by dividing. So v minus 0 equals negative 2. It was multiplying, now it is going to be dividing. All right, so v minus 0 is going to be v, right? So I am not going to write this minus 0 anymore. So v equals negative divided by positive equals negative. 2 divided by 2 equals 1. So this is the final result. V equals negative 1. Okay, fantastic. Let's do the next one. Print the screen. All right, so we have a slope of 1/4. Okay, 1/4 equals 4 minus h divided by 6 minus 10 equals negative 4. Okay? So, this 4 is dividing, or this 4 is dividing. I can send this one to the other side or this one to the other side, either way. Sorry, I am going to send this one to this side. Okay? So negative 4 that multiplies 1/4 equals 4 minus h. Okay, remember that I can convert it to a fraction like this. So negative times positive equals negative. 4 times 1 equals 4. 1 times 4 equals 4. So it's going to be 4/4. And 4/4 equals 1. Okay, negative 1 equals 4 minus h. So this 4 is adding. It is going to the other side by subtracting. So negative 1 minus negative, 4 equals negative h. So negative 1 minus 4 equals negative 5. 5 equals negative h. So I change the symbol. All right, of both sides, in both sides, and h equals 5. All right. Okay, this is going to be the last one. All right, we have a slope of 5/9. Let me create a new one. All right, we have a new one right here. So our slope is 5/9. Okay, equals 2 minus f divided by 7 minus negative 2. So minus negative equals plus. Okay, so 7 plus 2 equals 9. Okay, so this one is going to the other side. So it's going to be 9 that multiplies 5/9 equals 2 minus f. Okay, so 9 times 5 equals 45. Remember, there is a 1 here. 1 times 9 equals 9. And all of this equals 45 divided by 9 equals 5. Okay? 5 equals 2 minus f. Okay, I'm sorry, minus f. Okay, so these 2 is going to the other side, it is adding, now it is going to be subtracting, so 5 minus 2 equals negative f. 5 minus 2 equals 3 equals negative f, so f equals negative 3. Okay, let's check the answer. Negative 3. Oops, sorry, 0.3. I'm sorry, I wrote a point instead of the negative symbol, but well, it was correct. Okay, this is it. This is the last one that I'm going to do. And if you have any question, let me know via private message, and see you next video.